In 4, in 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. I'm going to move this out of the way. That is a class point. We're working as a team. We're ready to go. You'll love to see it, or at least I do. All right. So, today, we're learning about Helen Keller. And we're going to be learning about Helen Keller for a little bit now. Hey, welcome, Marcelo. Come on, put your stuff down. You came just in time. So, what I want to do first is a do now. So when I say go, we're going to find elbow partners. And we're going to go knees to knees, eyes to eyes. When Marcelo comes to the carpet, there can be a group of 3. And we're going to say, what do you know about Helen Keller? What do you want to know? Turn and talk to your partner. When I say go, not yet, so I need all eyes on me still. Hey, welcome, buddy, welcome. So right here, this is the picture of the book that we're going to be reading. And we can kind of notice some things on here. I notice the dress she's wearing. I think this is a water pump right here. And I know some other things in this photo. So maybe use that to help you have some noticings about Helen Keller. So, 30 seconds. The person with the shortest hair goes first. Turn and talk. Ready, go. Let's see a turn and talk. I see these two turning and talking. I need knees to knees, eyes to eyes. Knees to knees, eyes to eyes. And I want to hear, what do you know about Helen Keller? I know, or I want to know. How about something I noticed about Helen Keller? Oh, all right. We just hit the 30-second mark. We're going to switch partners. So we're not switching different people on the carpet. We are switching who is talking. So short hair went first. Now if you're in the group of 3, somebody else go next. And then everybody else, the next person goes, your partner goes. Ready, go. So now the other partner is talking about what they notice about Helen Keller. Maybe what they know. Okay, bump, ba-da-dum, bump. Oh, we need to try that again. We are low energy this morning. Bump, ba-da-dum, bump.
Bump, bump.
Ooh, there we go. Okay, who, with a quiet raised hand, can tell me something their partner said about Helen Keller? Yes, Ariana. She noticed that Helen Keller's a girl. That's a good noticing. All right, what else we have? Marcelo. So Marcelo said that Felix noticed that there are rose bushes that have flowers blooming on them, and that maybe Helen Keller has something to do with that water. That's a really good noticing. All right, can I have one more share out, one more noticing? Ishiana. Recognize the flowers. Yeah, there's a lot of really pretty flowers. So if we notice, so she looks like there's a lot of flowers around her. Where do we see a lot of flowers in like our everyday? What are those called, Michelle? Starts with a G. Plant flowers in it, you plant vegetables in it, they grow. It's a garden. So she's walking around in a garden right here. So that might be something to think about too. Because when I see gardens, I see somebody living in kind of a nice place. Okay, let's see. So here are key terms for today. These are really big terms, but they're things that we don't have to know right off the bat, but that we want to know by the time we get a little older, maybe by the time of the summer here. So our first one is historical narratives. So historical narratives, Felix, thank you so much for tracking the board, are history told in a story form. So if I was talking about history and I wanted to talk about someone, I really like Paul Revere. Paul Revere was this person who notified the rebels that the British were coming. And he rode to the middle of the night, and he was on a horse, and he would ride through the town screaming, "The British are coming, the British are coming!" I see people are noticing or remembering something a little bit about that. I'm not taking questions right now. But what I was just talking to you about, or telling you, was history in a story form. So that's what historical is, just what I did there. Our next one, this is a really big word. Everyone say chronological.
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 Chronological, chronological, chronological. One more time. Chronological, chronological, chronological. Oh, there we go. So it's a little bit of a tongue twister. Chronological means time. That's all it means. It means time. So our definition for chronological structure means chronological order is the order in which things happen. It's also called time order. So the story that we're going to be reading about Helen Keller is going to be told in time order. So if I say something's told in time order, what do we think that means? Do we have any idea? Yes, Marcella. It's the order in what happens of the story. And it could have happened a long time ago. Not necessarily, but it could have happened a long time ago. Yep, so it's an order of the time of the story. So because we're reading about somebody specific and we're reading about their life, we're going to learn about their experiences as they happened. I need 100% of eyes tracking me. I'll wait for 100% of eyes tracking the speaker. Waiting for one more set of eyes. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So, the narrative nonfiction biography is our third term. Everyone say this one out loud because it's a huge, big chunk, but we're going to cut it up into little parts. So, narrative nonfiction biography. Everyone say it. Narrative nonfiction biography. So I'm going to read this really big, wordy thing, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? So it says, a biography is a nonfiction text. Is a nonfiction text because the author is teaching the readers new information about an important person and helps us to understand their point of view of the person to our world or history. So the things that we need to focus on in this, okay, are nonfiction. The author is teaching the readers new information about an important person and understand their point of view. So, a narrative means story. So when we're talking about a narrative, anything that we talk about, we mean story. So if you see that word and you're like, what the heck? What is a narrative? Sounds like carrative, I don't know. It means story, okay? Marcella, what does narrative mean?
A story.
Yeah, it does. Hassan, what does narrative mean? You know what? Kendra, I was wondering, what does narrative mean?
Story.
Oh, yep. That's a class point. We have some active listeners here. Okay, nonfiction. This word, it's a compound. It's two things. Non means no. Fiction means fake. So we're basically saying what we're telling you is the truth. It's not fake. So if you see nonfiction, it means it really happened. Okay? So another way that I could say this is like, this happened, facts. Like facts, it happened. So what is nonfiction? What does that mean, Andrew? With voice? No, the other one, it is real. It's not fake. What does it mean? It means it is real. What does it mean?
It means it's real.
Yes, indeed it does. Hey, Shiana, I was wondering, if I put the word narrative nonfiction together, what do you think those two things would mean? If I have a story, it's a story that's what? It's a story that's what? So I know that this means story, and I know that this means it's true. So if I have narrative nonfiction, what do you think it means? If I have a story, and this means that it's true. Johassen, can you help her out? A story that is true, yeah. So if I see the word narrative and I see the word nonfiction, we're talking about a true story. So these two words together mean what, Ishiana? It's a true story, yep. And now biography, this is our last word. This means it's a story about a person. So we all could have our own biographies. And each one would tell a story about ourselves. I know that sometimes we think of the word biography as like, it's a story about George Washington, or it's a story about Abraham Lincoln. Need all eyes tracking me. Need 100% of eyes, thank you. Need, still waiting on one more set of eyes. One more set of eyes, tracking me, thank you. So, a biography is a story about our lives, or somebody's life. Every single one of us in this room could have a biography written about us. It doesn't have to be about someone